Hey, I'm going to share the stream. It's 3:47. It is Friday, April 24th, and what God showed me was something completely terrible. And I started rethinking what God showed me and the details that He drew my attention to in the stream. I saw a girl, probably the age 5, 6. She looked like a 7-year-old, maybe even an 8-year-old, and she was on a baby CPS metal table, the kind they carry around in their vans. I call them the circus abduction vans. The details God brought to my attention to is that this child's face was so swollen and almost unrecognizable. Okay? Almost unrecognizable to family. To a stranger that might have saw this child maybe a handful of times, she would be unrecognizable. She had blonde hair. She was Caucasian. And I saw, not face on, God didn't show me like right on her full details, but I was kind of afar off, and I saw her sitting on this, laying on this metal table with a cover over her up to like her chest. Okay. And I observed that when I saw her, I was like, someone beat her. Someone beat her so bad. There were no bruises on her face at the time, just rearranged looking and swollen, which this is a key, okay? It was swollen beyond excessive crying. The body was swollen, mouth swollen, lips swollen. When somebody is beaten in such a brutal way, such as sedating a human and then waiting until death to beat, the body reacts differently after resuscitation. It might be bruising intermuscularly, my autocorrect, but intermuscular bruising, the brain, the bones, the muscle reacts different to the assault. When resuscitation occurs, there might not be any sign of the assault on the outside, but inside there is severe damage. Tongues might hang out and be loose, coordination, learning ability, amnesias, organs not functioning properly. What's worse is when CPS gets involved with a rescue and they are not trained to see those signs, or when EMT or others rescuers are not trained to see those types of signs, the child goes back to the predator without reprocessing or repercussion. The observers think the child cried or was sad, resulting in a small physical personal problem. That's not the case. The child has been brutalized, murdered, beaten, and maybe even raped on death. Organ damage results during this after multiple times of assault. This person is highly dangerous, strategic, and crimes against humanity. This person sits higher than most. CIA, military, FBI, military, or both friends of torture. Misleading CPS and court people using people to get their way. This is the most dangerous in a human trafficking ring that has unrightfully taken their place in government and the courtroom. Now, I'm telling you right now, people, there's no visible signs of bruising, but this child's body is puffed to the max. Where is the bruising? It's intermuscular now. It's in the brain. It's in the organs. It's in the muscles. It's in the tissues. It's in the eyes. Okay, and if this child has minimal percentage of body fat on their body, their muscles are bruised to hell and it's puffing out the outside. How would that happen unless the child was sedated and murdered, raped, and beaten, and then brought back to life multiple times? CPS and first responders and all those people need to be aware that this is what happens. And they need to be aware that there are people sitting right next to you that have done this in foreign countries in the military before they became FBIs and CIAs and CPSs and first responders. They know how the body reacts, and they know what to do to get away with what they do. And they know how to spread garbage and lies and trash, and they know how to manipulate people sitting up in a courthouse that decide a person's fate. Because they use their badges and their stance and what they used to be. But now they're just psychopaths, worse than Jeffrey Dahmer.